Listen to Desert Radio from wherever you are in the world by streaming live on stream.namibian.com.na. Desert Radio, the bold voice.
95.3 FM in the central parts of the country. That's Vinduganjarebo. Toribus 105.6 FM in the northern parts. Nana, Ongwediva, Shakati, and of course surrounding areas. It is a breakfast in the desert this particular morning. We're shooting all the way to about 9 o'clock. Do not forget you can also catch us via stream. That's that's desertradio.fm rather than stream.namibian.com.na. I'll repeat that again. Stream.namibian.com.na. Alternatively, desertradio.fm. You put that into any browser, anywhere in the world, and you will be able to take a listen to us. Now, over the weekend, we saw some angry residents at Arandas having started erecting shacks on vacant land behind NIMT. The claim from those residents is that they've been applying for houses since the beginning of this year, and some as far back as 2005. In actual fact, the residents say they're still waiting for their promised houses. But just to quickly unpack this for us and to speak to us about the situation on the ground, we are joined by the Mayor of Arandas on the line this morning. That's Risto Kapenda, who joins us from Arandas. Ms. Kapenda, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for making some time for us. Perhaps just to add some context to our listeners, what is the frustration of residents in Arandas that essentially have led to this land grabbing?
Well, the shortage of land or serviced land has always been a problem, not only to Arandis, but I think countrywide. There's a backlog of land. And in Arandis, it's also the same. And as you know, our town doesn't have those informal structures. We are the only town that doesn't have that. So an attempt was made by residents who want to have a dwelling of their own. But it was foiled, and it was agreed that we must go the right way. The biggest problem is terraced land, and this is because of the absence of money for capital projects. The way how we service land as local authorities, you get to be supported or financially by the line ministry, which is the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development. And of recent years, we haven't been getting money. To give you an example, instead of maybe getting out of the budget of 10 million last year, the ministry was just able to support us with 140,000 Namibian dollars, which maybe you cannot even buy in a car nowadays. This is because of the economic situation in the country. And as local authorities, not maybe Tier 1 municipalities, we are a local authority that depends on the government. So, but we did our best. We identified one serviced area where we are going to put up houses, and we have a list of people who will benefit from that.
And what is the timeline looking like for those houses to be built?
In fact, we were supposed to have a groundbreaking already last month, but due to some problems, we did not start. Within the next 1 month, I think we are going to start with those houses, and it's going to make a difference in the town of Arandis.
And Mayor, has this been communicated to the residents of Arandis? Because it's not the first time that residents are demanding for land. Maybe this time around they took it to the extremes with actually erecting their own structures there. But we've seen, protests in front of the town council before. Earlier this year, in fact, throughout the years also, there's always been a demand for land. Is this being communicated to the residents?
Yes, it's being communicated. And the way we approach and what we have agreed with the people is that, we made a committee constituted of Arandis councillors and part of their group, their leadership. A joint committee was set up, and then the communication is going accordingly. So they are going to sit. Communications and information will be shared among themselves so that they know exactly what the town council is doing, and then appreciate our efforts, and then also then give us their names, because what they were demanding is that they wanted that a piece of land, and the piece of land without people's names and all that. Currently, Arandis Town Council is having on the list, we are just having 195 people who want land. But then the area that we have identified is having 264 plots. So what we have been saying, give us your names, but which they were refusing. Unfortunately, we are just limited to the confines of the law. And then I think that what happened, I think the whole country has seen. However, I'm happy that eventually we come together and we agreed this is to the way forward.
So is that to say what happened over the weekend, stopped eventually? The residents didn't further go on and build more structures? Were the structures that they built eventually brought down?
Yeah, no, they did not build. They were just marking. They just marked plots. And what we are saying is just be patient, space, and good things come to those who wait for them. Let us be together. Let's have a joint committee, and then we march forward to solve a problem that has been existing for some time. And then we start now building houses.
Now, I asked in particular if you have, spoken to the residents, communicated this with the residents, because, like I said, and like you mentioned also, Arandas is one of the only towns, if not the only towns, that doesn't have, informal structures and setups within the town. But this time around, residents really went the extra mile to, even attempt to do that. And, over the years, especially in the last few years, there have been increasing protests at the town council. There have been allegations of nepotism, corruption, all the other things. Is the council losing control of Arandas?
The council is 100% in control of Arandas, and we are open. We are open. Our books are open. The information flow is what maybe we must improve a little bit, because the information department must just communicate to the people so that the people will know exactly what we are up to, what we are doing, and we engage. We keep on engaging. We hold our public meetings. However, sometimes because of political ambitions and stuff, some of these things happen.
Indeed. And just going back to the issue of land and housing in particular, is the council in conversation? Have you been in conversation, with various other organizations, civil society organizations can assist with this particular situation, seeing that there is a long bureaucratic process, especially with the central government, especially with the ministry that you report to, which is the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development, and with the funding and all of that. There are organizations like the Shack Dwellers Federations who have been to various other towns and have assisted with those situations. There, Khopabas is one of those that really is a prime example of how it works, or how healthy it can be when you work with other organizations as opposed to, waiting on government funds, which isn't your fault really. But is there that proactivity with organizations such as the Shack Dwellers Federation?
Yeah, it's good that you mentioned that, Shack Dwellers. Despite the fact that we don't have the shacks in Arandis, we already went ahead and established the Shack Dwellers Federation in Arandis. We allocated land to them almost for free, because we gave them a big plot for just $11, because there has to be an accountability financially, and they are doing very well now. As we know, Arandis was rocky, and these people are doing very well. What we are encouraging the residents is to say, join the rest, and then you will be able to be assisted through a legal entity. It's more easier for the government to support, because as we know, the Self Dwellers Federation gets money from the government, and that they themselves are also contributing monthly. Yeah, and then what we are doing now is we are having the Self Dwellers Federation, and some of these people are there. Besides, Arandis is the only also the town that encourages whenever the investors are coming, we have joint ventures. So, and then we get also to give them conditions of contributing social responsibility, of which some of them is housing. So we are just doing very well. What we need to do is just another understanding from our people, and that's why we established that committee.
Indeed. And then maybe just in a minute or two, perhaps just speak to us on other development, projects that are happening within Arandas. I mean, if you really look at the town now, compared to 10, 12 years ago, there's been so much happening, there's been so much development. Is that pace still continuing?
As we are speaking, we just opened one of our big projects of the green charcoal factory. With other words, we are having about 7 factories that are erected in Arandis. We are the 2 charcoal factories, the gypsum factory. Gypsum is when we are making ceilings, and the gypsum is just mined here 60 kilometers out of Arandis, brought to Arandis, value added and exported. And then we are having the Saffron factory. There are so many factories that are opened and have also established, also brought employment to the town. So, and we are moving. There will be an announcement of a massive investment that is coming to Arandis that the country has never seen. It's the biggest maybe investments since independence, and it's not only good for Arandis. It's not only maybe having an impact on Arandis, but the whole country and SADC at large. So Arandis is just doing very, very well when it comes to investments, and there is an appetite for investment to Arandis because of our strategic location, as well also because of we are number 1 on the continent when it comes to the sun radiation. So the green, revolution is happening actually in Arandis.
Indeed. Well, Mayor, we do thank you so much for making some time for us this morning. We will be keeping a keen eye on the situation and, of course, seeing what more developments come out of Arandas. Before your time this morning, we thank you so much.
You will be very much welcome to come to Arandis, interview us, come and see for yourself
100%.
What is taking place in Arandis and see which town is rapidly moving towards industrialization.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for making some time for us.
Thank you very much.
Risto Kapenda there, the mayor of Arandas, saying that the situation on the ground is calm. They have restored the situation. There was a lot of anger over the weekend with residents while attempting to build their own structures, in actual fact, on pieces of land just behind Nimd. There. 7:45 is the time of the clock. It is still Breakfast in the Desert. We have more.
Listen to Desert Radio from wherever you are in the world by streaming live on stream.namibian.com.na. Desert Radio, the bold voice.